Now we take a pen, book, and we'll discuss and we'll understand more about the soul and its qualities and the nature. You have to have this understanding that no particular soul is responsible for any other soul's emotions, any other soul's logic, any other soul's understanding, or any other soul's experiment. So no particular soul is responsible for another soul's emotions, logic, conclusions, and understandings. This is a very grand truth, absolute truth. You create your own response. You create your own reality. You, as a soul, create your own reality. And no other soul is responsible for any other soul's reality. So this is a grand truth. Sometimes what happens within the family or in any kind of relationships, we tend to feel guilty that another person is suffering because of us. So when another person has a wrong understanding, the other person suffers. So you are no way responsible for other person's suffering. And you are no way responsible for another person's emotion. Sometimes in intimate relationships, when you're in your family, when your family members are going through a certain emotion and they tend to blame towards you and you start guilty that because of me, they are suffering. No. This is the truth. This truth liberates you. That you are not responsible for others' emotions. You are responsible for your own emotions. You are responsible for your own understanding. You are responsible for your own enlightenment. Another person is responsible for their own enlightenment, their own understanding. You create your own reality. Every soul creates its own reality. You cannot harm others. You cannot help others also. Everybody has to help themselves. Appo Deepo Bhava. Only you can, underline the word only you can help yourself. Only the other person can help themselves. So with this understanding comes a great realization, freedom. So you start take responsibility for yourself. You'll stop taking responsibility for others. So you come out of the guilt, you come out of the negative emotions, you come out of the heaviness. Then your energies are focused in the right direction. The right direction is towards yourself. You work on yourself, you work on your evolution, you work on your understanding, you work on your own experiments, you work on your own realizations. So you work on your actions and reactions. So this is the right direction. So this is the nature of the soul. No particular soul is responsible for another soul. Few days ago, we have discussed that suffering is self-inflicted, and I asked you to underline it. Suffering is self-inflicted. So if you are suffering, that means you have self-inflicted it. You have done it to yourself. So in the same understanding, you are not responsible for others. Your soul is no way responsible for others' emotions and others' pain. No, you are not responsible for it. And you create your own reality. When you say you, that you means your soul. Okay. So your soul creates its own reality based on its own thought patterns, based on its own words, based on its own actions. So you create your own reality, means every soul creates its own reality based on its own thought patterns, based on its own words, based on its own actions slash reactions. Okay. So this is very fundamental truth. This is the truth of the highest order. At any given point of time, we should always remember. Then you are you are helping yourself to live a happy life. If you are not happy in your life, if you are suffering in your life, you have to see where it is going wrong in your life. Is your patterns correct? Pattern means that which repeats itself. Is your patterns right? Is the mistake happening in the thought patterns? Or is the mistake happening in the way you speak, in your words? Are you speaking negative words? Are you speaking disastrous words? What kind of words you are using? Is there a mistake there? Or in your actions? What kind of actions you are doing? And what kind of reactions you are doing? Are you reacting or are you responding? So you have to see in which areas the mistake is happening. Is the mistake happening in the thoughts area and the thought patterns, or in the words, or in your actions, or in your the way you respond? If you keep on reacting, then you suffer. When you respond, then you are helping yourself. Wise people respond to the situation. Unwise people react to the situation. When you react, again you have to face the consequences. So from the reaction mode, you have to get into the responding. And it is your own duty and it is your own responsibility. Only you can help yourself. You create your own reality. Write it in bold letters. You create your own reality. There are two things you have to understand. One is soul, which is Atma, which is Purusha, and the other is Prakriti. Purusha and Prakriti, they both come from Moola Chaitanya. Moola means fundamental. Chaitanya means consciousness, awareness. So whatever is in the entire creation, it is like two categories, Purusha and Prakriti. Prakriti is nature. The entire creation of the nature is Prakriti. Purusha is soul. So this is a Leela. A Leela means a divine dance between Purusha and Prakriti. Life is nothing but a Leela. Life is nothing but a Leela. Leela is a divine dance, a dance between Purusha and Prakriti. See, this body is from Prakriti. This body is from Panchabhutas. Right? The food we eat is from the Panchabhutas. The air we breathe is from the Panchabhutas, the elementals, the nature. So this body is Prakriti. What we eat is Prakriti. To live here on the planet Earth, we are fused. This Atma is fused with the Prakriti. When the soul incarnates on the planet Earth, the soul takes up a new body. And the soul enters the mother's womb. So that means the Purusha, the soul is Purusha. The Purusha gets infused with Prakriti. And here we live the whole life along with Prakriti. So there is a divine dance, a fusion between Purusha and Prakriti. That is what is life, Leela. Leela means divine dance between Purusha and Prakriti. And both the Purusha and Prakriti, they come from one source, which is Mula Chaitanya, fundamental consciousness. Both, what we call it as all that is. Some people call it as God. Some people call it as all that is. In Islam, they call it Allah. Allah means all that is. God or Mula Chaitanya. All are the same. So when you are able to see this Leela, when you are able to see this playfulness, Leela means playfulness. When you are able to see the life itself as a playfulness, then you are no more in the suffering. You enjoy it. From the soul's perspective, it is pure Leela. From the mind's perspective, there is happy situation, bad situation, anxiety, tension, worries, disaster. These are all from the mind perspective. Happy occasion, sad occasion, disastrous occasion, injustice, tragedy, all are from the mind perspective. But from the soul perspective, it is a great Leela that the soul has come to the planet Earth. The soul has taken the body. It itself is a divine playfulness, Leela. From the soul's perspective, life is a Leela, a divine play. Write it in bold letters. When you can see the life as playfulness, as a divine playfulness, then you start enjoying life. You have to see from the top view. The top view is the soul's view. In every situation, you should be able to enjoy. This is the nature of an enlightened person. The nature of an enlightened person is to enjoy the play. He enjoys every emotion because for him he understands that it is illegal. Because we are speaking about the subject of the soul, understanding the nature of the soul. It is very important to always remember that life itself is divine play. Don't be too serious about it. Do your part and depart. Now, here comes what is my part. So, your part is Dharma. Dharma means duty. Your part is to perform your Dharma and simultaneously enjoy. Okay. Very important to perform your very purpose of life. Your very purpose of life is to perform your Dharma and simultaneously enjoy every given situation. Simultaneously enjoy all the situations. Perform your Dharma and simultaneously enjoy all the situations. So now comes the question, what is Dharma? Again, Dharma is it's not a simple subject to understand. It is complicated. There are different scenarios. One person's Dharma is different from another person's Dharma. And Dharma differs from person to person. Dharma differs from situation to situation. Dharma differs from place to place. And Dharma differs from the age of the soul perspective. And Dharma also depends from the age of the body perspective. Okay, we will discuss in detail about it. But you have to understand that the very purpose of life is to perform your Dharma and simultaneously enjoy it. Now, broadly speaking, there are 4 types of ashramas. They call it as Varna Ashrama Dharma. Varna means color. Color represents the color of your soul. So according to the evolution of your soul, your aura changes. The aura color changes. If you are a baby soul, then your aura color is different. If you are a young soul, your aura color is different. If you are an old soul, infinite soul, your aura color is different. So according to the age of your soul, your duties also changes. And ashrama means body. So broadly speaking, there are four types of ashramas. The first one is brahmacharya. That's the first. The second is grihastha. First one is brahmacharya. The second one is grihastha. Grihastha ashram. I'll explain in detail. The third one, vanaprastha ashram. Vanaprastha. And the fourth one, sannyasa ashram. So these are the different stages in your body's evolution. Varna depends on the age of the soul. Ashrama depends on the age of the body. If you are from the childhood till you become adult, that means from the childhood till you get married, you are in the stage of brahmacharya. So your duty, your dharma is to take care of yourself. To take care of yourself, to take care of your physical, to take care of your mental, to take care of your intellectual abilities, to take care of your mental abilities, to take care of your intellectual abilities, and also to take care of your spiritual growth, to take care of your spiritual progress, to take care of your spiritual understanding. This is your duty, dharma. Brahmacharya means it is your responsibility to take care of yourself physically. You have to be well fed. You have to take care of yourself. You have to be sensitive to yourself. And you have to involve yourself. You have to train yourself in all kinds of arts, sciences, sports. This is the Brahmacharya stage. And then comes Grihastha. Grihastha means you get married. So when you get married, now your duty is to take care of your children. Your duty is to take care of your family. And your duty is to take care of the physical development, the mental development, the intellectual development, and the spiritual development of all your family members. So if you are a Grihastha, then it becomes your duty to take care of your family members, not only physically, intellectually, mentally, and spiritually also. You make an effort. Taking care means you are doing your duty. Your part, you are doing your part. Whether they respond or not, it is their choice. But you have to do your part. That is Grihastha. Then the third stage, Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha means when your children grow up, is the third stage. When your children grow up and they get married, that means in that stage, you have to leave the family. You have to leave them alone. You have to leave the children alone because they have married and your job is finished. Your duty towards your children is finished. So the end of the Grihastha and the beginning of Vanaprastha means once you get your children married, that's it. Your Grihastha stage is finished. Now you are entering into the third stage, Vanaprastha. In Vanaprastha, you leave the family or you send the children to take care of their own family. So you, along with your couple, you focus on serving the community. Your focus is taking care of the needs of the community, physical needs, mental needs, intellectual needs, and spiritual needs. So that means you go and take care of your own community. Whatever is the community around you, you take care. Somebody needs your help, you go cook for them. Somebody needs some education. Some children need some education. Some poor children need some support. Go take tuitions. Or spiritually, okay, teach meditation, teach spiritual science to the community. There is vanaprastha. And the next final stage is sannyasa. Sannyasa ashrama is where you go alone into the world. You go alone into the world and you are no more limited within your community. You go alone into the whole of the world. Wherever there are possibilities, you go alone and you take care of only the spiritual needs of the whole mankind. That means your focus is only on teaching meditation and spiritual science to the whole of the mankind. That is sannyasa ashram. So these are the duties. And all these sannyasa ashrama, vanaprastha, brahmacharya, and prastha, it is defined in our text, spiritual text. So if one follows that, it leads to moksha. If you follow your dharma lead you to moksha. Moksha simply means liberation. Liberation from your own suffering. Liberation from your own limitations. You being from a limited person to an unlimited person. Liberation means freedom. Moksha. Moksha from freedom from all kinds of suffering. In other words, you can understand, unless you do your dharma, there is no way of moksha. You see what happens in some of the families. Because of this lack of understanding of the spiritual science, they get entangled. They don't have demarcations. Even after children are getting married, they still want to be in the family. They still poke their nose into the children's affair. Then where is the possibility the children will become independent? Since you poke your nose, since you are interfering, your moksha is getting interfered. Since you interfere in others' affairs, you might say, oh, it is my own daughter. My daughter needs me. My daughter needs my help. Usko choti bachchi hai, this is my duty to take care. You can say. But what is your dharma? If you interfere in your own children's affair, then you are interfering in their own evolution. So your evolution will be interfered. You are in adharma. When you are in adharma, then there is suffering. There is no moksha there. You have to have a clear demarcations. That's how you practice detachment. This Purusha has come into the Prakriti for the play. But you think if this play is real, then you suffer. You have to do your duty and simultaneously enjoy it. And you have to go to the next stage. You have to go to the next stage. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole earth is your family. Sometimes have you ever thought about it? Why, when your loved ones are departed, why you feel so much pain? You feel so much pain because you are attached to them. Why don't you see the same? Why don't you shower the same affection and love to everybody? When one person leaves, you feel so bad because you miss that affection, you miss that love. But why don't you shower the same love to everybody on the whole humanity? Then you are no more limited with one person. The whole family, the whole world becomes your family. Vasudhaiva Kukutam. Then you get from the limitedness to the unlimitedness of your own soul potential. Then you experience oneness. So these are the stages. In the beginning, you take care of yourself, first stage. Your focus is only on taking care of yourself. That is first stage. The second stage, you take care of your family. You along with your family. Second stage. The third stage, you have to take care of the community. And the fourth stage, you have to take care of the whole planet Earth. This is how the stages are. While you perform your duty, while you perfectly perform your duty, you enjoy that role and be detached and go to the next level. right? So it is a bit hard-hitting subject. But this is the truth. If you want moksha, truth is bitter. But when you understand the truth, truth is sweet. When you don't understand the truth, truth is bitter. But when you understand the truth, truth is like amrita, nectar. Your suffering is because of your attachment, as simple as that. Your enlightenment is because of your detachment. Your suffering is because of your own attachment. Your enlightenment is because of your own detachment. Atma, the soul, is Swayambhu. The soul, Atma, is Swayambhu. What is the meaning of Swayambhu? Bhu means existing, exist. Swayam means by itself, in itself. So the soul exists by itself in itself. There is no end to the soul. The soul always exists. The soul is from the Mula Chaitanya or God consciousness, you can call it. So it is like, the chips of Mula Chaitanya is all the souls. We are all Amshatma. Amshatma means small, small particles of Purnatma or Mula Chaitanya. So we exist by itself, in itself. So the soul is Swayambhu, Atma is Swayambhu. And the soul thrives on creativity. You have to underline the word thrive. The soul thrives on creativity. Creativity. Underline the word thrive and creativity. The entire creation is from creativity. Every plant on this planet Earth, every species on the planet Earth is a creativity by an enlightened master, by nature gods, by nature spirits, by elementals, by devas. Every small creation in the Prakriti is a creativity from the nature spirits. Similarly, it is the very nature of the soul. The soul thrives on creativity. Any kind of creativity gives the soul a great joy. When you try a new dish, you cook a new item, and it comes out, you do your own fusion. You do your own fusion and create a new dish. You feel so happy. You do the gardening. Use all your creativity to do gardening. You feel so happy. You clean the house. Use your creativity to arrange the sofa, the dining table, the painting, plans. So the interior design of your house comes from your creativity, the soul's creativity. And when you do it, you are happy. Or you're building a house. You want a house, you have a blueprint, you have a dream house, you want have the kitchen here, living room here, balcony here. The soul thrives on that creativity. If creativity is not there, then there is only boredom in life. Your boredom happens because there is creativity is not missing in your life. Your art, your painting, the sculpture, the music, the play, the dance, everything is from creativity. So the soul thrives on creativity. In my own experience, when I was for the last almost 15, 16 months, I stopped traveling and I was in the ashram in Tamil Nadu. It was very basic infrastructure. Infrastructure was very minimal there, almost nil, no accommodations. And it is an opportunity for me to show my creativity. So every day I used to go around the ashram, and the spontaneous creativity comes. Oh, we need to build the restrooms here. We need to, plant trees here. We need to clean this area and build a room to keep the things, the storage things. So we need a library. We need a visitor center. We need a bigger pyramid for conferences to happen. And we need to keep here water. We need to put pipelines. We need to create a water tank system. We need to create a drainage system. And I haven't done in my life. This is the first time I'm doing. And people were surprised. How can you do this without any experience? It comes from the soul's creativity. Almost everybody asks, how did you get this idea? How did you get this idea to create the step farming in the mountains? The whole mountain we have turned into a garden, step farming garden. So how did you get this? I don't think it is the creativity which has come from the soul. So the soul thrives on creativity. So people were asking, sir, you are, the hot sun, you are struggling. Your skin is getting dark. You used to travel around. You used to be in a sophisticated life. Now you are stuck there. But those people don't understand that I was thriving. My soul was thriving on that creativity. So you have to express your own creativity. If your creativity is not expressed, then you feel bored in your life. You should express your own creativity, and also you should allow others to express their own creativity. You should express your husband to express his own creativity. You should express your wife. You allow your wife. If you put conditions, don't do this, don't do that, then the poor fellow is suffering. He's bored. And you complain. Why are you not romantic? You destroy his creativity and you complain not being romantic. How it is possible? So you should encourage your own creativity. You should express your own creativity. Through the creativity, a beautiful creation comes. And you should allow others, your partners, your children's, your parents. Sometimes we say that, oh, you become old, you don't need to do anything, just keep quiet, sit at home, you are retired. No, that is absolutely wrong. The elderly people also needs to express their own creativity. We should never stop them. We should always allow, we should give freedom to everybody to express their own creativity. Creativity is very, very important. Either in the form of music or arts or dance or gardening, any kind of creativity. Whatever your soul resonates with, should express it. Then your soul is thriving on it. Then you enjoy the Leela. Then you enjoy the play. Okay. And also, one more point you have to understand. First, you have to understand the soul is Swayambhu. The second point is the soul thrives on creativity. The third point, no soul is inferior to another soul, and no soul is superior to another soul. No soul is inferior to another soul. No soul is superior to another soul. There is no inferior soul. There is no superior soul. We're all the same. We're all the same, and we're all in oneness. We're all the same because we're all the children of God. We're all from Mulajit. There is no inferior, there is no superior. We're all the same. When you understand this, we are all the same, then you will not feel pity on another person. You will not look down upon another person. You will not feel inferior. You will not feel superior that you have to help somebody. You are there as a savior to help somebody. No, every soul is the same. When you have certain capacity, the other soul has equal capacities. Then you let go of your superior complex. When you're helping somebody, you help out of your own joy. You help because you want to help. You feel joy to help. Don't help another person based on pity. If you are having pity, then you are looking down on the other person. You feel you are greater to help them. No. So you have to understand that we're all from fundamental consciousness. We are all the speck of the fundamental consciousness, the God, the Mola Chaitanya. We are all the same. There is no inferior soul, there is no superior soul. There is no inferior and there is no superior. Even in the soul's evolution, every soul is correct from their level. It doesn't mean a baby soul is inferior to an infinite soul. No. Every soul is equal. Every soul is the same. It's the same fundamental consciousness. When you do great work, you call it, oh, what a great soul. What a great soul, because he has beautifully done his dharma. He has beautifully expressed his own creativity. So we call it great. But you have to remember that all souls are the same. There is no inferior, there is no superior. So when you understand this, then you will have good relationships. Your good relationships depends on how you treat another soul, how you treat yourself and how you treat another soul. Now the last topic for today will be friendship. Write the word friendship and underline. The only relationship which exists in the higher worlds is friendship. On the planet Earth, we take many roles, like a father, like a son, mother, daughter, daughter-in-law, brother-in-law, okay, colleagues, boss, and employer, many roles we take. But these are all a play. But the only real relationship the soul has is friendship. You go to any other dimension, you go to all the higher worlds, the only relationship which exists between a soul and another soul is friendship. If you're able to bring that friendship to every relationship while you are here on the planet Earth, then you are an enlightened person. If you can able to see a friend in your mother, if you can able to see a friend in your father, if you're able to see a friend in your brother and sister, you're able to see a friend in every single person, then you are enlightened. That is the litmus test if you're enlightened or not. Friendship calls for extra efforts. Friendship calls for extra efforts. And you need a lot of spiritual understanding to have a pure friendship. You need to understand that the other person is equal to you and you are equal to the other person. So then you start respecting the other person as you respect yourself. Friendship calls for extra efforts. You need to appreciate even the tiniest good qualities in the other person. When you appreciate the tiniest good qualities in the other person, then the other person wants to be your friend. You should be able to see only the good things. Spirituality means your ability to see only the good things. Your ability to see only good things. That means you are a spiritual person. You should acknowledge the good things in others. Even the tiniest good things, good qualities, the goodness. Acknowledge the tiniest goodness. Recognize it. Appreciate it. And speak about it. Then the friendship develops. If you don't see the good things, you see only everybody has some good qualities, some bad qualities. Every single human being has some good qualities and some bad qualities. Unless you are an infinite soul. When you are an infinite soul, then you will have all great qualities, spiritual qualities. But until you reach that stage, every single person has some good qualities, some bad qualities. You focus only on the good. You focus only on the goodness. You recognize the goodness. You acknowledge the goodness. You speak about the goodness. Then the friendship develops. I want all of you to do this experiment in your house, in your family. When you get up in the morning, the first thing when you, if you're seeing your husband or you see your wife, you see your children, you see your in-laws, whoever you see, you speak about the goodness in them. Do this experiment. Then everybody wants to be loving to you. Then everybody wants to be your friend. So, acknowledging the goodness, seeing the goodness, acknowledging the goodness, and speaking about the goodness, recognizing the goodness is the key for a good friendship. And every new friendship actually happens with positive people. Friendship, the possibility of the friendship happens with positive people, spiritual people. If a person is negative, then he is not interested in the friendship, then you leave him. Don't disturb him. Your focus is to have friendship with positive people. If somebody is not interested in your friendship, then okay, upeksha. Don't judge. Upeksha, just move away. But if you're a spiritual person, then every new spiritual friend, adding every new spiritual friend is like adding wealth to your soul. Every new spiritual friend or a positive friend you are adding to yourself, then you are increasing your wealth. Unfortunately, people who don't have the spiritual understanding, they focus on the wealth, they focus on the materialistic wealth. They keep adding the materialistic wealth, bank balance, share market, land, real estate. A soul without a spiritual friend is a poor soul. A soul without a spiritual friend is a very, very, very poor soul. A soul with a lot of spiritual friends is a rich soul, vibrant soul. And friendship is the ultimate spirituality. Your openness, your openness to new friends, the quality of you being open to have as many friends as possible is the highest spiritual quality. So you need a lot of meditation. You need to see the goodness in yourself. You need to see the tiniest goodness in the other people. And you need to see everybody as equal to you, the sameness. You need to appreciate others. The more you appreciate others, the more you recognize others, the more the other person wants to be your friend. So, spiritual friend or positive friend. Sometimes some people don't meditate, but they are very positive. So that friendship is also good. So friendship is the ultimate spiritual goal, my dear friends. So with this, we conclude this session. And tomorrow will be the final session. And tomorrow I'll show you the video. There's a small video we made, the video of the ashram we'll show. And tomorrow we'll also announce some adventure trips because the soul seeks adventure. So we'll announce some adventure trips and also we'll announce some retreats where there is a bit of fun and intense meditation and mauna and all the things. Tomorrow we'll do that announcement. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow. Namaste to all.